What was President Clinton's foreign policy all about? The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, was created as a direct response to the idea of the EU proposed during the Bush administration. The North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, was an agreement among the United States, Canada, and Mexico designed to remove tariff and tax barriers between the three countries. NAFTA supporters maintain that creating a free trade zone in North America would increase economic prosperity, reduce prices, increase exports, and encourage economic investment, but Congress and many others were just not feeling it yet. Liberal Democrats, environmentalists, and labor leaders argued that NAFTA would force American manufacturers to relocate to Mexico and become dependent on other countries' resources through trade. They feared it would ultimately bring down the production of goods that would have been made by workers within the U.S. Regardless, it still went into effect in 1994. Later, agreements covering environmental protection, safety standards, and workers' rights had also been signed. 14 years later, restrictions on Mexican and American trade had been lifted, and the final bits of NAFTA went into effect January of 2008. President Clinton signed a total of 270 free trade agreements, including a revised version of GATT, General Agreement on Tariffs, in 1994, and WTO, World Trade Organization, in 1995. The World Trade Organization, WTO, is the only global international organization that deals with the rules of trade between nations. The purpose of the WTO is to ensure that global trade runs smoothly, freely, and predictably. GATT's main goal was to reduce tax in order to promote free trade, but had been replaced by the WTO in 1995, expanding the organization's power to negotiate trade agreements, settle disputes, and enforce compliance with them. After the Cold War, America needed to create a role for itself in the world. Americans got together and agreed to help aid the Soviet Union, but they feared they would make a repeat commitment to war like they did in the Vietnam War. Violence was surging in all regions of the world, so President Clinton decided to intervene. President Clinton's foreign policy was based on helping foreign countries rebuild themselves. One idea that stemmed from this was the World Bank, which was founded to help rebuild Europe after the war and is still used today. The World Bank is an international organization dedicated to providing financing, advice, and research to developing nations to aid their economic advancement. The World Bank is what handled reconstruction in India after the Gujarat earthquake in 2001. Lately, it's been focused on issues in developing countries such as healthcare, debt relief, human rights, and poverty. In Latin America, the World Bank gives loans to people so they can own their own houses and run their own businesses. The United States has taken top responsibility in managing the bank. Because of the World Bank, 45% of U.S. exports goes to developing countries. What was President Clinton's foreign policy all about? NAFTA increased commerce and eliminated tariffs, as well as encouraged countries to participate in the global economy.